Good morning. What's happening?
Oh, everything's happening. Nothing's happening. Welcome to episode 49. This is the penultimate episode of the pre-50 series.
The big 5-0. The big 5-0.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't
Big
it? 49.
5-0. And we can guarantee that we're going to be doing... We're certainly going to reach 50. And I don't think they're making any announcements till next Sunday.
Oh.
So we're going to be here certainly until next Sunday.
Brilliant. And for anyone who's asked, because a couple of people have asked, we're just going to keep doing this daily until we're allowed out of our house. We're going to do this daily until we can start to get back to normality. I think once we start to get back to normality, we're just going to readjust the schedule and how we do it.
Yes.
And
100%.
we have plans for it and what we want to do and how we want to improve
Big
things
plans.
and bring new features to it. You know, no
We
Top
have merch
Friday. Anyway,
no bottom Sunday.
yeah. Well, to be honest, there's no bottoms most of the week for me. You're not you as well.
Yeah. Naked Tuesdays.
I watched a movie last night. All right, and I messaged you about 11 o'clock at night or something like that.
Yeah, I was in bed with my smoking jacket on.
Let me just read you the message, because only after I wrote it, I was like, he's not going to do it. He's going to think I was winding him up. I messaged him saying, where'd it go here? Dude, there's this movie on Amazon Prime, right? Basic storyline is a youngster's out of college, struggling to find work. Anyway, go to 11 minutes in the strip club. Just watch the scene with the lap dancer and listen to what the stripper says. And then I was like, oh no, legit though, like legit movie, right? So the movie is called Get a Job. And it's got, that dude Miles Teller and Anna...
he was in
what else
not
is he
Chopsticks. In, yeah. Not Chopsticks. It's not Chopsticks. I don't know why it's a Chopstick. The drumming film. Snapshot. No. What was it called?
Dunno.
Not Snapsticks.
Footloose.
Carry on. I'm going to look it up. No, it's not Footloose.
It was him and Anna Kendrick. He's one of those guys that's like in movies and I can never remember his name, and I had to Google it to work out what it was.
Yeah.
Dude, it was just like Pamela and I have been watching that TV show Upload. Have you seen
I've
that
not
yet?
seen that
On Amazon?
No.
It's so
No,
cool.
we don't watch a lot of Amazon Prime, to be
there's
honest.
a load of new shit just come out on Amazon Prime, and that one Upload is so good. And effectively with that is, when people die. Whiplash. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't believe that. It's not Chopstick. I know we normally deal with facts here.
Yeah.
I'd love to call him and go, Miles. Me and Dylan, we've had an idea.
Yeah.
We want to do a sequel to Whiplash called Chopstick. It involves triad bees.
It's just him trying to catch them the whole time.
Yeah, and it has to have Jackie Chan in there somewhere, obviously.
Yeah. So, anyway, Upload, definitely worth watching. When you die, just before you die, they upload your brain onto the internet, and then you live in a different existence, like a VR existence, and it feels real.
Are we talking about our film Chopstick?
No, that's Upload.
Sorry. Okay.
So that's what we have been watching. And there's like 10 episodes in season 1, and I watched them in 2 nights.
That sounds like one of the Black Mirror series.
It's very like Black
Netflix.
Mirror. Yeah, very.
But okay, cool.
Not as dark. You know the way Black Mirror is like a little bit like it's got this like real raw side to it. This is more like a mainstream version of that.
It's kind of humorous.
Yeah,
or like lighthearted.
A bit more lighthearted, a bit more humorous. Yeah.
Bit like this show.
Yeah.
So we're injecting it into your veins.
Yeah, directly into the sockets of your eyes. So I'm sitting.
We're going to get in trouble for that one day, guaranteed.
Sitting watching the show, right? Mm-hmm. And this episode ended, and this thing, I was just like, oh, what'll I watch? And that was it. I like Anna Kendrick. I'm guilty pleasure. I think I watched a lot of stuff with her in it. Huge Pitch Perfect fan. Don't know why. Just really enjoy that stuff. So I was like, I'll watch that. That looks pretty lighthearted. It was about 10:30 or something. Pam and I were just lying there on the sofa. So I switched it on, and then the first 5 minutes I was like, I'm not sure I'm up for this. And then I was like, I'll just watch it. So I did, and it was actually all right. But it was this moment in it. So the gist of the story is they've all come out of college or something like that, and they haven't got jobs, and it's like this. It's the film's called Get a Job, so it's the concept of them trying to get a job. It also stars the dude from Breaking Bad, the main guy.
Jesse Pinkman, no. Bryan Cranston,
that guy.
Bryan Cranston,
yeah. He's in it. He's the dad in it. And then a bunch of other people. He
always plays a dad, doesn't he? Malcolm in the Middle, Breaking Bad, and Dad in Upload.
Dad in Get a Job. Do you know who else is in it?
Sorry, Get a Job. Yeah.
What's his face? McLovin. That guy. What's his name? You know that guy from the. You know McLovin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know the guy.
McLovin.
The only thing I know about him is, you know, my friend Steve, drummer in my band. He went to a venue once.
Placé or something.
Steve went to a gig once, and that guy was there, and he was wearing the same shirt as Steve was, and he has a photo of him.
That's amazing.
Together.
That's amazing.
And it was a yellow and black, like, squared shirt. It was like a horrible shirt, and you thought, there's two guys that are wearing the same shirt that you'd never thought you'd see together.
Super Bad. That's what that was.
That's the one.
He was, because every time I see him, I'm like, oh, McLovin. That's the only thing I ever remember him from. Anyway, he's in it as well, and he's playing the generic character that he's come to play and everything else as well. Just like weird stoner friend.
Slightly
geeky. He just smokes bongs the whole time. So
okay,
they're all out of school, they're all out of college, all trying to get jobs, they're all struggling, they're all doing different things, they're losing jobs, they're getting jobs, blah blah blah. And then the one dude in it, he's for ages he's had some dream to be a lawyer or something like that. I can't remember what. I wasn't paying attention to the first 5 minutes, so I don't know what his original job was, but it was nothing like the second job he got. So he struggled for ages, right? And he's like, oh, I don't know what, and he loses his job, and then he goes and he works as a guy in a motel. He works in a motel, like giving, getting people. This is totally relevant to you, by the way. I know this sounds like it isn't. And then I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, this is like a Ryan and Dillon conversation. And then he starts doing something. He ends up losing a job because he's helping a local pimp give him discount on rooms in the motel. And then the police come in, crack down the place, and the owner's like, you're fired. And he's like, oh, no. Goes back to his dad's house, and he's asking his dad for money, and his dad's lost his job as well. So there's all this shit.
Is that Bryan Cranston?
Yeah. So there's all this shit, and he's got to try and get a job, and they're trying to get a job, and his dad. Anyway, then
the title really does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Totally. Then, also, just in case you're thinking this isn't a film with good substance, a guy drinks a jar of deer sperm. So,
what?
Get that? You know?
Okay.
That's the kind of movie it is. Then,
can you buy that at your local South African butchers?
Yeah, but it's not an essential item, so I don't think you're allowed to go.
Not essential for who?
Limited to one jar each, folks. Let's not get greedy with the deer sperm. All right.
Sorry, that makes me feel a little nauseous.
So they end up in this strip club, and he's there with his mates. His mates are paying some stripper, and she's dancing on the stage, and she starts chatting to him because he's just sitting there eating a salad. And this is your dude, the main guy. And then they said to him, like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not interested in this. I'm just here for the free buffet. And then his mates, for a laugh, pay for a strip. So then she jumps off the stage and goes over to him and starts grinding him, and but then she starts but while she's grinding him and full on giving him a lap dance, she's talking to him like in a total normal conversation. So, what's your name? She's like dancing on him, and then she's like twerking on him, and he's like, oh, I'm such and such. And then they go through conversation, and she goes, what's up? And he goes, I haven't really got any money because I've lost my job. I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. And then she says to him, if you won the lottery and you had unlimited funds, what would you do? And he was like, what do you mean? But by the way, she's still dancing the whole time, rubbing her boobs in his face and everything. And
I'm kind of imagining you doing that. Were you talking about?
I was actually, yeah.
Oh, good. There's the thumbnail. Yeah.
And then she says to him, what would you do? Like, if you could do what do you love doing? Like, what do you love doing? And he says, no joke, he goes, I love making YouTube videos. She says, do that then. And he goes, I could do corporate videos. And she goes, do that. That's what you should do. If you love doing that, do that. And I was like, don't fucking do that. Don't. Then the entire movie just pivots to him becoming a corporate video maker based on the fact that he likes doing YouTube. He dabbles in YouTube, so why not make that your profession? And a stripper told him to. And then the next thing is he goes to this huge global like corporation thing that help you like a recruitment place. It's huge, and he just applies for the job, and totally bombs in the interview and all this shit. And eventually, he ends up getting the job at this place, and then he goes
as
in
a video maker.
A video maker, and I was just like, this is great. This is a prime example of everything Casey and Gary say. Do what you can't.
Yeah.
Literally, like a stripper. Jesus, like what do you? I thought this has come out of a Gary V training book. This is just like what do you love doing? I love tinkering with videos on YouTube. Do that for the rest of your life. If you love doing it, no matter if you're good. If you love making videos on YouTube, definitely do that for a living.
Do you see any of these videos? Are they actually good? Are they cinematic?
Well,
do they contain cinematic B-roll?
Well, this is the thing.
Oh Jesus. Okay, whoa, hang on. Quick thing. Mm-hmm. How do you put cinematic B-roll in an actual cinematic film? As in, like, it's a film. It's in technically it's cinema,
and you're
right?
thinking to yourself, he's not going to do
Double down.
What does he do there?
What does he do? I don't know.
What's the director called? Why am I forgetting things today? The director from Hot Fuzz. What's his name?
Oh, Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. Well, effectively, he just takes an Edgar Wright pill. So, honest to God, dude, it's like this movie was a piss take. It's like it was made. I feel like you're going to go on and look at it and go, that it's not there. It doesn't exist. And I'm going to have dreamt this because this movie literally encompasses all of the conversations that you and I have together. And
so what you're saying is we've been tapped. Because you know,
by Amazon.
Dylan and I are tapped, and we're now tapped by Amazon as well. And they've created the movie.
Every time we come up with an idea privately between each other, someone does it like 3 days later. We're like, they're listening to us. So he goes in. It's a recruitment place, and they go when people come, but it's like big people getting big jobs, you know. So like the top job. So he has to film them, and they sit him down. They go, right, this is the green screen room. This is the camera. Blah blah blah. And what you need to do is you need to film people sitting there talking. Hi, I'm James. I've got 35 years in managerial experience, and then you have to. He says they pick between these three backgrounds. You can have the books, the cityscape, or the corner office. And he's like, okay. And then they're like introduce him. Anyway, while he's getting his job and everything, the woman who's in charge of all the PR and stuff, she's on holiday. She's not there. So he's just there settling in with like the top dog, getting used to it. Getting a bit overly cocky, and then he puts together a video, and then she comes back, and it's the first boardroom meeting, right? And you've seen all the other videos. It's just people sitting there very boringly. And then he walks into this boardroom meeting, and everyone's in suits. So it's a huge table. And he just walks in with a pair of jeans and an unbuttoned shirt and some regular trainers. He just walks in with a file in his hand and like a memory card. And he slams the folder down the table. And they're all looking at him like they're all suits, right? And he goes, what's happening, folks? I'm here to change the world of corporate video. And then he just puts this video on, and it just starts, and it just cuts to this guy, and he goes, my name's James, and it like goes into the conversation. I've been a bookkeeper and accountant for 25 years, and then it just cuts into Edgar Wright style B-roll, like in the movie. Like actually he reaches, whoosh, grabs a stapler, and it's everything we've come to see in a Peter McKinnon video. It's everything encapsulated into all of it, right? And it's sick. It's just like, and I was like, this is amazing. Someone's made an actual movie, and they've incorporated YouTube style bullshit B-roll into this. And they're like, and it's this whole thing, right? And it ends with a guy like, bang. And it's like, it's epic cinematic B-roll.
Okay, now I'm desperate to know, like, how real life this is. When at the end of that, do they all go, wow, that's amazing? Or do they go, yeah, I don't really like the music. Have you got anything different?
No, they just say to him, this is a serious business place? What the hell is this?
Oh, so it is like real life.
And then they say to him, listen to us. The girl in charge of it says to her, I feel like you've tried to express yourself in this. All we need is the guy talking to camera and none of the fancy things.
Oh, that's amazing. So it's absolutely like real
actual
life.
corporate video. And then he goes, right. And then she goes, and also, could you put a shirt on and a tie and some proper shoes? And then he has to dress in a suit and then go and do all that shit. Oh, dude.
That's the best thing ever, because that's actually what happens. That is actual real life. Actually, there's I've worked with a few people, and one of the big bugbears they have about videographers is ego. They hate it, so they won't hire you for that. Like what you're saying right there. It's like, dude, I want you to. Can you just film this? This is my vision. This is what I want. It's like, so you want me filming you with your dog in the background,
your eggs on your lap,
all eggs on your lap, and all that shit on the wall. Yeah, okay, fine. Actually, but I think if we light it this way, it'll make it look really awesome. Yeah. Brilliant. Love it. Nothing more than that. They want to be able to hear it, and then one take, whatever.
Yeah.
The moment you come in and start changing people's ideas and like putting your own ego in it, you will find that you won't get many jobs.
Yeah.
Especially in the corporate world.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've learned, I don't know if you have. I think we've spoken about this before, but in the corporate world, especially in video, you get this magical phrase where they go, "We're looking for something different," and a lot of videographers go, "Oh, well, we can do exactly what you just described. I'll bring the fog machine." When what they really want, when you delve into it, is they want the same thing, just slightly better quality, as in just in focus with a light.
Yeah,
as
not
opposed
filmed
to
by their nan.
Yeah, on their old Android, whatever the hell it is, Samsung, whatever from XRP, whatever it is. I can't remember. That's all they want. Because I've made the mistake sometimes, and we've like upped the game a little bit and gone, oh, maybe we'll just like, I was shooting for a bank once, and they they were doing the same thing, like, "Hi, my name's Dave, been working here for ages." And we thought, oh, this is cool, so we'll just get the guy, doing the walking and talking, meaningless pointing at stuff. So we had him go through, and we said, "Can we shoot here?" And the girl goes, "Yeah, absolutely fine." So we're shooting this guy walking through, talking to members of staff because he's a manager, blah blah blah. We come back like obviously 3 weeks later when everyone's bothered to watch the video. We've had endless drips and drobs of changes. It finally gets to the top dog, and he goes, "We can't use that because you filmed on the stock exchange floor." Yeah. So we couldn't use any of it because you can see bits of their screens and everything. At no point was this mentioned to us from the beginning. It wasn't like, can we actually check with management just to see if we can film here? So we went from going, and I'm doing the bunnies, something different. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even epic. It was just not a drone. What's it called? Gimbal, walking around, shaking hands, all that, really standard corporate stuff being different. And it turns out they just ended up with the guy doing the interview. Yeah, I know. So it's exactly what they had, but we just lit it slightly better in a nicer room. That was it. And that's the reality of doing corporate video. Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? And I think that's the talent you have, I think, for doing corporate video, is knowing your client and knowing actually what they want. And it's very rare that you get a client where they go, "You know what? I just want everything that you do on the internet, I want you to impose that into my video." And even when they ask you to do that, they still go, "I don't really, have you got the, I don't think the music's right. Is it, we need more beats with less beats, but slower and faster." And you go, "You know what? I'm out."
Do you know what I get a lot of, though? I get the opposite, because most of, and it depends, some of the work I get, well, we should talk about what corporate video is, but I get a lot of people who see my videos on Instagram, oddly, who then contact me to do a job for their company. And then I get a lot of, "Can you do what you do for me?" And I'm like, well, most of me is me. Like, it's very hard for me to do me for you, unless you have me. Unless you have your energy that I have. So that's something. So what it ends up being is it starts off being like, "We love your energy, when we want to inject that into our video. Can we do this?" And I'm like, well, I bring that energy to my videos. So if you've got someone who's like capable of doing that, then we're sweet. 9 times out of 10, they just bring Martin, and Martin walks in and he's like, "Right? Well, I didn't really want to do this."
But Martin's really funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Martin's hilarious.
He's always telling the jokes in the office.
You should see him in the canteen.
And he's amazing.
People pissing themselves.
Yeah, he's so funny. And then you put Martin in front of camera, switch the red light on, and Martin turns into a potato.
Yeah, Martin goes, "I didn't really want to do this, to be honest." And you're like, but everyone says you're a laugh. I don't really like being in front of camera. Do I have to do this? What do I have to do? Are you going to tell me what to do? And you're like, "Oh, we're fucked. This is never going to work." So then you end up, what I end up doing is I end up doing a lot of videos that are styled similar ways to the way I do YouTube or Instagram. And I get to the point where I either assume they don't want it to go as far as what I do, so I like play it down a bit, and then they go, often I get, "Can we get like a music with a bit more energy?" And I'm like, really? I thought you'd want less. So it turns out it doesn't matter what you think, you never know. It's everything you think, everything you do, it will change because it doesn't matter what you do. People just like changing shit.
No, that's as I say. The problem is it's opinion, and that's the thing. Is like because generally the people that ask you to do the video are not they're the monkeys. They're not the organ grinder, and that's one piece of advice I always give. Always get to the person who pays the bills. That's the person you actually want to speak to, because generally the person that employs you to do the video, and I'm saying generally here because I don't want to offend anyone. They're just the person that goes, right, Dave, we need a video. Go find video makers, and they'll go, oh, I quite like what Dyllon does, and then they'll go, yeah, this is awesome, this is great. It then goes up the chain of command, and they're like, what the hell? Why is there a jump cut? Only they don't know what the word jump cut means. They go, why is it just jumped?
Yeah.
Why? And you're like, but you asked for the style that I do. You wanted the YouTube style.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Daisy on the bottom wanted the YouTube style, but the bloke who plays the bills just wants it lit
Doesn't
properly.
understand why I keep skipping.
Yeah.
I had that recently with a job where I was asked to do corporate style videos and do it can we do like a YouTube vlog style? And I was like, yeah, but can we do it just someone talking to camera? And it was very formal, shirt and tie. And I was like, yeah. I mean, okay. So I just basically filmed the corporate video with a bit more energy and jump cut between all the bits. And then they were like, its video skips a lot. I was like, what do you mean it skips? And then they gave me, say it was like a 2-minute video. And maybe there may be 30 cuts in that video. They like wrote down the seconds where it jumped. And I was like, that's like a hard cut. Yeah. It's a bit jumpy between and I'm like, oh, I did that. But isn't that what we were doing? Oh yeah, but is there any way to smooth it out? So I was just like, for the love of God. And that was where I just dropped that flow transition onto everything.
Yeah.
Go.
It's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very odd. But I have to admit, I do tend to speak. I mean, I do a mixture. I tend probably to speak to the top dog more often, just due to the nature of the companies I work with here. But I have had.
Yeah, I think it's because you're generally where you are, and I don't want to belittle this, but it's like a lot of the companies you've been working with, you get to speak to the manager. Whereas who I work with, it's like usually conglomerate banks and stuff like that, and it's like, it's so far down the food chain in terms of who I speak to.
And when you say corporate video, though, like for anyone who doesn't know, what do you define? Because I don't think I do corporate video. I think I've done a couple of corporate video jobs. I think you do more corporate video than me.
Corporate video. It's hard because corporate video is generally. For me, it's usually when you're doing an internal video for a company and they, I don't know, say it's like the end of year results and they want the CEO to make a video and tell everyone in the company what's going on. Yeah. And generally it's just like a sit down, talk to camera or interview. And sometimes if you're lucky, you get to do BRoll. And then sometimes what I do as well is I do series for companies where they want to teach like people in their either the companies that are under their umbrella, how to market better, how to leadership in your business or marketing in your business and accounting. And then we'll go around, we'll make a little like 10-part series where we'll go and speak to experts in accounting or experts in marketing, whatever. And we'll travel around interviewing them and then they give insights, which then companies and people can learn from.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I hate using the word, it's edutainment. Yeah. That's what we try and, go into. And I do a lot of that stuff with James as well, my buddy in the States.
But you get like a bit more creative with that stuff. The stuff you do with James is like that. It's like a mixture of corporate video and ideas that you want to do. So it's more of a... Yeah. But he seems like a creative guy as well, which makes it different.
He's super creative. And he's one of those people where what's great about working with him is that he goes, I've got this idea, and I'm like, oh, but we could do this, and he goes, yeah, we can do that, and then we can do this, and then we can do that, and then Jilly, the girl that works with his right hand man, woman, whatever you want to call it, goes, let's just rein it in a bit, and we get told. So it's unusual that we can pretty much do whatever we want, and there's no holds barred. But there's a certain we have to rein it in because of time limits and time constraints and that. Yeah. Kind of stuff,
See, the stuff I tend to do, and this is the issue, right? See when you do a thing and then people know that thing, you end up having to repeat that thing. So I get a lot of requests for Swish Panty stuff. Loads of that. Can we get loads of that swishy stuff that you do? And I'm like, oh, really?
What a lot of people don't see, which is what I love about your Swish Pan stuff. And if you ever watch Dill do any of his videos, he has the camera like this and he'll actually go
I'll make the noise.
And it's like, you know, when anyone holds a lightsaber.
Yeah, it is. I do these car videos for a company here, Shelbourne Motors, and I do loads of videos with them. And they sometimes they look at me like, well, if someone doesn't know what I'm doing, I'll be like walking around a car and I'll try to just film the whole video in one shot. So I'll do like a review of a car in one go, and I'll like every movement, it'll be like swished, so I'll be like panned down, and it'll spin, and as it spins, I go with it. So I'm like,
Woo!
and I'm just like, and that's kind of how. So I'm just walking around a car park, around a car, and people are like, what's this guy doing?
It's like, you did say you wanted the Swish Panty stuff. It does come free with sound effects.
Yeah, but I'm imagining the sound I would like the video to have, you know? So it's like when the door handle
but how
opens,
many times have you actually... I know specific times here where you've actually used your own voice for the Swish Pan noise.
Loads. I actually sometimes just go... and then just slow it down, add a compressor, give it a bit more bass, and it goes... I have a bunch of effects that I use for certain things, and I use all my own effects when it comes to client work, because I have to just record. Sometimes I'll just like record knocking or banging, but there is a thing just called dill swishes, and it's just a track that I cut up. There's just me going.
The funny thing is though, because I've had to do this a couple of times, because when you're searching through Epidemic Sound Art List or whatever you use in terms of sound effects, I find sometimes it's very hard to find that specific noise that you want, because you want to
yeah.
And you're like, how do I describe that? Like,
yeah.
Whoosh pop.
Yeah. Do I want
whoosh
pop at the end?
Yeah. And it's hard to find it, and then you go through and you're going, not that one, not that one, not that one, and then in the end I'm like, I could probably just make this noise myself.
Yeah.
And you do. Yeah. So there we go.
But on Get a Job, the movie, what ends up happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
I effectively just ruined the movie for everyone who wants to watch it. It was made in 2016. Get a life, folks. Should have watched it already.
Yeah.
But he gets basically the pimp from the beginning. He made a video with him. There was the only video he'd ever made for his YouTube that he used in his show reel. It goes viral on YouTube. His friends phone him. Your video's gone viral. He looks on. The counter's just... Suddenly there's a live count on the YouTube video as well. I mean, I'm not even going to argue that, but it's 120 million views, and he goes like this, yes, eventually. And I was like, that was when I got 100 views on a video. And then he gets, from that one viral video, he gets an energy drink company that phones him up, brings him down and goes, we want to make you head of our digital content. And he goes, what are you talking about? And they're like, we're going to offer you this money, but it's less than what he's getting at the stupid corporate place. And then they were like, we want your vision. We want you, whatever you think. If you want us to put a dick on a wall, we'll put a dick on a wall. And he was like, he walks away being like, this is my dream job. And then this other place gives him a pay rise. And then he's weighing it all up. And then eventually he just quits the other place. And he goes back to the drinks company. And then he says now bear in mind, right, this is a guy who failed at his original job and then dabbled in YouTube, decided to give it a go and make a living from it because a stripper told him to, right? He already got shunned down in his big company. He's had one viral video on YouTube, and then he walks up to the guy and he goes, I'm going to have to say no to the offer. And the guy goes, what? And he goes, it's because I'm going to start my own video production company, and I'd like you to be my first client. I was just like, fuck this. This is just like everything. I was like, this is like everything and everyone, all of us, all in a movie. And I was like, what is happening? It was just so like, it was so stupid and so completely real. I just thought, this is great. You don't have to watch it now because I've told you the entire story.
I'm kind of intrigued.
But just go watch it anyway, because it's just so funny when you see it all. The Edgar Wright like BRoll stuff is just hilarious. Just hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, there we go.
That's us. Episode 49.
Us. Absolutely.
Just killing it with the dailies. Hope you've all been enjoying it. It's a lot of content to digest every single day. We understand if you tap in and out. But if you're listening to this, let us know if you're listening, or comment below if you're listening on, and tell us, IGTV or YouTube.
But if they're listening, won't it be on podcast?
Yeah, audio
Is there a thing
version.
On podcast?
Yeah, but we're weighing up the concept of YouTube or IGTV. Audio is going to be there regardless, but
that's
because
true.
We want to push.
But
the
if
video.
they're listening,
they'll
have to go from the podcast and come to IGTV or YouTube and go, I'm listening on Apple.
Yeah, hit us up on that. And
I don't know. DM us. Yeah, slide into the DM.
But thanks for watching, listening to another episode, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
The big 5-0.
Big 5-0.
So there'll be cake. Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't
Peace.
know. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Over
and out.